Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Since the Bitcoin post-halving danger zone, guys, has ended, Bitcoin has broke out to $71,500 per coin. So this is basically the history, the most recent history on the chart, courtesy of Rect Capital. Then he says, however, 71,500 is where the range high resistance of the macro reaccumulation range is, and this is where Bitcoin got rejected from. The consolidation continues, and history suggests it will continue for several more weeks between $60,000 and $70,000. So if you guys just take a look at the 2016 chart here, you guys can see we were ranging for a little bit. So, despite how strong this move up does feel in the moment here, I got Bitcoin on the daily, and I'm just going to zoom in on this for you guys. Despite this strong uptrend, and I mean, this is by no means going to happen 100% for sure, but based on past trends, what he's noticing is this. We will see this kind of trending between 60 and 70 for another 2 months. Or was it 2 months? I don't know why I had 2 months in my head. He says several more weeks. At least. So, I mean, it could be 2 months or maybe more, maybe less, I guess. But today, guys, it's looking like Bitcoin is on its trajectory to the upside. Take a look at that. Now I've got Bitcoin on the hourly, and over the last few hours here, since about 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we continue to make our way upward, and Bitcoin is trading in and around 69,500 per coin. So trend is looking very, very positive. The other thing I wanted to mention was this XRP trend, and I guess I should start by saying that the market really hasn't changed too much. Greed is staying steady, and look at the altcoin market now, guys. Altcoins are catching up to Bitcoin, so altcoins are in the green today. XRP is up to about 54 cents, up 2.2% in the last 24 hours, and by and large, we're seeing a lot of green here in the market. So what does that mean? Bitcoin dominance is going down, 53.0% for Bitcoin dominance. So what I wanted to bring up here, guys, was this, okay? So taking a look at XRP, and if we just take a look at the last time that Bitcoin did have, that was May 2020. It took about 60 days. Okay, I've got a bars tool on here. It took about 60 days for XRP to really kind of get out of that funk from the halving period and to really start making its way up in meaningful leaps and bounds. Now, this we got to remember was a black swan event, so we kind of have to cancel that out. But if we, if we cancel that part out, basically XRP could have done something like this throughout, right? And continued making its way up past this, past the all-time high that we finally saw it get to, and make its way up even higher. The reason why we didn't see that was the Black Swan event took some steam out of the XRP trend, and then we had to basically start back from where we began, back under 17 cents per coin. So I guess the point I want to make, I want to make a few points here. 60 days post-halving, okay, that was when the XRP trend did start. Now, this most recent halving took place at the end of April. So, guys, we're about 30 days from that halving. Could this mean that we will continue to see the altcoins trend up, including XRP, by the end of June? That would be roughly 60 days since the halving. That is the first thing I wanted to mention. The other thing that I find very, very interesting is this. Okay, if I take the price range tool here and we bring it from the bottom, the trough of the bear market from back in 2020, and we bring it up to the trough of the bear market from 2022. You guys can see XRP is already starting off 150% up from where it started off in the last bull run. So even if we were to conservatively estimate that XRP was only going to do as well as it did in the last bull run, and I know a lot of us are thinking that it's going to do better, definitely because we just got news that New York City, for example, has relisted XRP, and that's going to be huge. I'm going to tell you guys why in a second. Well, I mean, not just them, all these different cryptocurrency exchanges are now relisting XRP during this bull run. So, even if we were to just assume 150% up from where we were in the last bull run, okay? We only made a high of about $2 per coin. Under all these negative circumstances, that would conservatively bring XRP up near $5, $4.93 per coin. So, taking a look at some of these metrics here, it looks as though this cryptocurrency market is ripe for a big rally. We just got to wait. We got to put in the time, and, we got to pay attention to what Bitcoin is doing before alts really do move. So, there's so many factors involved. For those of you guys interested in seeing what I'm trading this bull run, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if that is something you're interested in. Let me get back to that point that I just made about New York and relisting XRP in that particular state. Smoke here just brought up a very, very good point that I wanted to share with you guys. A major key here, guys. New money new liquidity, new access. So think about this for a second. This city boasts nearly 350,000 millionaires, the highest number worldwide, marking a 48% increase from 10 years ago. And these numbers are very recent, from May 2024. So basically 1 out of every 24 people in New York City, and that's not the state as a whole, but in New York City even, is a millionaire. So let that sink in. Now let that percolate when it comes to cryptocurrency investments in XRP now being relisted in the state of New York. You see how this is all coming together, guys? So what I'm assuming here is this first pump to roughly $5 per coin is going to be that easy first leg to the upside before the rest of the market engages and gets rocking and rolling. Across the Pacific, it's looking like Hong Kong is also interested in XRP, guys. This one courtesy of XRP drops here. Reminder, Ripple is also involved in the Hong Kong Policy Summit. This is from the Paul Barron Show. Listen to what Paul Barron has to say about Hong Kong vis-a-vis XRP specifically.
Where Hong Kong is. And if you think about the power players in Hong Kong, what are they interested in? Here's OSL. This is one of the asset managers over there. And if you look at some of the projects that they're holding in, XRP, Chainlink, you kind of go into the HKD markets. There's Bitcoin, XRP again, ETH, XRP, and even further into it, handling more and more of that. So I think, you look at these kind of signals. Signals are really the thing that you should consider, especially as we start to look at interest levels, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a situation where an ETF is going to have interest. And I think that both from assets under management and the financial advisors that are offering it, but also from the retail markets and the investment community.
So he says there's got to be interest in a potential ETF. I guess I should have given this clip a little more context. He's talking about this with regards to an ETF. And guys, there's been a lot of chatter regarding, the next ETF that will occur. Some are saying that it could be Solana. Others are suggesting that it could be XRP. But, all part and parcel to where, the rest of the world is going. In this case, Hong Kong, very focused on XRP because we know that they are also using XRP in real world situations already. Tokenizing for real estate. They also have the EHKD pilot program running on Ripple technology for their central bank digital currency. Now, Nick Crypto Crusader, guys, bringing this up because when everything is put together, it gets way more impressive. Tokenization, okay, the RWA narrative. Ripple's IPO, that's still looming. The Ripple stablecoin, full clarity and institutional sales, partnership announcements, an XRP ETF. So this is still brewing behind the curtain. 7 years of accumulation, the breakout, as I just showed you guys, we're ready for the next breakout. Major XRPL amendments, XRPL adoption growing, and relisting on all exchanges. These are all very, very good points that, when you look at them in isolation, it's whatever. It is what it is. But when you put them all together, this is a recipe for success. Although XRP gets a ton of hate and frustration, it is at all-time highs already. The pressure is building. The only thing I'm watching at this point is what the Bitcoin pair is doing. Did I miss anything? Leave some other catalysts in the comment section. So another great tweet here from Nick Crypto Crusader. And then David Schwartz just yesterday came out with his 60 seconds on tokenization.
I think if someone can't explain something in 60 seconds, they probably don't understand it. I'm David Schwartz, and this is Crypto in a Minute. Tokenization can improve efficiency by eliminating some of the problems with asset transfer and ownership. If you've ever bought a house, you know that it's very complicated to determine who owns a house. There's a lot of paperwork involved with the sale, recording the sale. There's a risk of fraud in the delivery of the payment and, of course, in being able to prove ownership of the asset. Tokenization can eliminate all those problems by using digital distributed ledgers to track the ownership of assets. That also simplifies things like if you want to borrow against an asset, use the asset for collateral, the person who's providing you the loan can more easily determine that you own the asset, and they can make sure that you aren't borrowing from a number of different lenders. Boom. Didn't even take a minute.
And that's just part of tokenization and how it can benefit, the world, society. I mean, we will all be using tokenization in one way, shape, or form, whether it is a financial transaction or, whether it's an NFT, purchasing something that is, valuable to us to use later on. So tokenization, coming from the man himself, the CTO of Ripple, David Schwartz, that is another big use case that we're going to be seeing on the XRP ledger. But the XRP ledger isn't the only blockchain, guys, where we're going to see massive adoption. Eisenreich here bringing this to our attention with regards to VeChain now Now, I haven't talked about VeChain in a while, but here's some more VeChain news. VeChain sustainability efforts, a new patent offering solutions for carbon emission challenges. The effort of VeChain Global Technology, or VET, towards environmental efficiency grabbed the spotlight after VeChain Thor achieved a remarkable low carbon footprint of 4.46, cubic tons in the year 2022. This represents this many kilowatts of electricity per transaction, underscoring the relentless campaign of unparalleled eco-friendly approach. Now, for those of you guys in the know, you are probably very aware that the WEF wants to make sure that our carbon footprints are as low as possible. So, these blockchains are coming out with their snazzy sound bites, talking pieces, whatever you want to call them, about how environmentally friendly they are. Well, VeChain is just another one on that list. So, when we think about cryptocurrencies that are poised for mass adoption, this is another one that comes to mind, another one that I'm trading in my legacy portfolio over there at patreon.com, but also in the $15,000 plus portfolio that I've diversified into. Here, the path to greatness is filled with hard work, determination, and groundbreaking innovation. At VeChain, we pride ourselves on having all three in abundance. From carbon markets to supply chain to energy systems, blockchain is going to disrupt everything. The future is VeChain. Like I said, guys, another great project here that did perform very, very well in the last bull run, and I'm very excited to see how it does in this bull run, because the price point right now is very attractive. We have seen a nice retracement there on the VeChain chart. And, in terms of where it is today versus its all-time high, we are still 650% away from that all-time high. So, this is another coin that pumps very hard as the market moves up. And it's one of those double-edged sword cryptocurrencies, one that has the real-world utility, but also performs really well in a spec market. So I wanted to thank Eisenreich for posting that. Now, we've also got some recent news, guys, from Standard Chartered. I want to bring this clip to you. This is an older clip, the CEO, telling you that now is the time, right? Pay attention to which cryptocurrencies are making waves, which ones provide value, and which ones solve problems. Listen to this.
I do think that there's a role in the world for a well-regulated, well-run cryptocurrency market. There's a much more interesting, from my perspective, role in the world for a digital assets marketplace. And the difference between the two, of course, is cryptocurrencies are not fiat currencies. They're not controlled by central bankers or issued by governments, and the value is a function of what people are prepared to pay for it, not what's the fundamental value of Bitcoin. Who knows? Even with gold, we can say what's the fundamental value of gold, and ultimately, at some point, it's going to end up on your ring or on your finger or on your ear in some markets. But Bitcoin is not going to end up hung around your neck anytime soon, I don't think. So I have no idea where the price of Bitcoin is going to go. I think there's a group of investors who think that cryptocurrencies have an interesting place in an investment portfolio. There's another group of speculators who like to speculate on anything that moves around a lot in price. That's okay as long as it's done in an appropriate way. And the infrastructure implosion that you mentioned with FTX implosion, people going to jail, etc., are indications of market failures or regulation failures or legislation failures, bad behavior that don't detract from whatever the underlying value of a cryptocurrency is. I'm not too focused on that, to be honest. Importantly, the infrastructure to support cryptocurrencies is the same as the infrastructure to support the whole other range of, let's call it, much more obviously societally useful digital assets. I'm not saying that Bitcoin's not societally useful. It's quite controversial whether it is or not. I don't much care. And I think anybody that's buying or selling should have responsibilities to buy and sell responsibly, and we should have the mechanisms to make sure that they comply with the law.
Now remember, this is Standard Chartered explaining this to us. And yesterday, Standard Chartered did come out with this statement, guys. They believe XRP will get an ETF in 2025. This one courtesy of XRP Crypto Wolf here on Twitter. Now, they didn't just think that XRP is likely to get a 2025 ETF, but also cryptocurrencies like Solana. So when we listen to this clip and we think about what their ideology is when it comes to trading cryptocurrencies, they are looking for cryptocurrencies that provide a use case, that have utility. And so, when the same company is coming out months later saying, okay, now we're thinking Solana and XRP are going to be those next ones up, I think that says it loud and clear. Following the recent approval of EtherSpot exchange-traded fund, Standard Chartered Bank analyst Jeffrey Kendrick says that the next chapter of crypto ETFs may be around the corner in 2025. So basically, when we're in a full-blown bull market, For other coins, he says markets will look ahead to their eventual ETF status as well, albeit this is likely a 2025 story, not a 2024 one, Kendrick said. The approval of the spot Ethereum ETFs on Thursday suggests that Ethereum is not classified as a security by the SEC, thereby implying that other ETH-like coins, which were previously under scrutiny in cases such as the 2023 XRP case, may not be considered securities, according to Kendrick. And here's a quote, guys. In several cases, the core technology is so similar to Ethereum, it would be difficult for the SEC to claim that these were securities given the Ethereum position, Kendrick said. The crypto industry now seems to have political backing on both sides of the aisle. So that is also, changed the landscape for cryptocurrencies now that we're seeing more favorable policies or political decisions being made surrounding cryptocurrencies. I mean, it's still the beginning, but we're moving in that direction after this past week. Boy, what a bombshell week. Amazing announcements coming down the pike for crypto regs in the United States. And now Standard Chartered is coming out and saying XRP and Solana will likely get an ETF in 2025. And I mean, the timing couldn't be better. Also, Brad Garlinghouse did happen to like this tweet too, guys. Standard Chartered analyst says other crypto ETFs such as Solana and XRP are likely in 2025. Bank XRP just retweeted this out. And Brad Garlinghouse did repost that tweet. So this is all great to hear. I wanted to also bring this clip to you guys because this lady works for the Federal Reserve, or has worked for the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, and the Bank of England. So her resume is long. Okay, Cypress Domenicore here posted this. She says CBDCs will be introduced. Regulated cryptocurrencies will coexist in an interoperable future, and there will be a purge of assets that have no value at some point. So guys, she's echoing that same sentiment that the Standard Chartered CEO did say in this clip from a few months ago, right? Standard Chartered realizing which cryptocurrencies are going to be getting ETFs based on their utility. And well, I'll let this video clip speak for itself. Listen to this.
I think it's essential to say that when we talk about digital assets, we also talk about central bank digital currencies that will be introduced. And looking at the MiCA regulations introduction last year by the European Commission was really refreshing because obviously having cryptocurrencies regulated will also ensure that there is a larger adoption of other assets and understanding by the end user. In the end of the day, we all need to protect end user, whether it's central bank digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, or stable coins. Nevertheless, the Digital Euro policy, which was published by the European Commission also in June 2023, which is quite similar with the MiCA introduction, will impact all the payment services providers. So if your clients will be able to withdraw money in fiat currency, in euro currency, they will also need to get compliant with Digital Euro policy and PSD2. So I think this is really essential for crypto companies also prepared for the future, for multi-digital assets future, when we'll have interoperability between different types of assets, wholesale CBDCs, retail CBDCs, cryptocurrencies which are regulated, so actually getting rid of all those cryptocurrencies that actually made crypto so unpopular over the last 12 months, as well as regulated stable coins. And the regulatory prohibiting assets future, when we'll have interoperability between different types of assets, wholesale CBDCs, retail CBDCs, cryptocurrencies which are regulated, so actually getting rid of all those cryptocurrencies that actually made crypto so unpopular over the last 12 months, as well as regulated stable coins.
So basically suggesting that meme coins are going to fall to the wayside. And what's going to be left, guys? The cryptocurrencies that solve problems. This is basically what we've been saying for 5 years now. In this spec run, though, it is looking a little different. But the long haul, guys, the long plan, this is what they're planning. They're planning to get rid of the meme coins. And again, this was stated at a World Economic Forum event, if you guys didn't see that there. Also, I just wanted to make a note that right at the beginning here, look who's sitting on the panel there. That's Brad Garlinghouse from back in January. So guys, the cryptocurrencies that don't have value are likely going to fall to the wayside, but Standard Chartered, they know the cryptocurrencies that have the real world utility. We are likely going to see more products surrounding these cryptocurrencies like ETFs, ETPs, and that's likely going to happen when we have a very liquid market into 2025. So a $5 XRP, guys, that is just the beginning. I think that pump is likely to happen as that first leg, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.